Hi people, this is African Time. The name is Vidashi. Well, let's discuss Africa, shall we? Well, recently there have been some news that have been shared about the green country on the western side of Africa. That is Nigeria for sure. Well, see what's happening. Alright, so the African Fast Zone people shared this. They say Nigeria exported products worth 61 billion in 2023, making it the 52nd largest exporter in the world. Well, there you have it. Okay, that is the Western African country, Nigeria for sure, said to have to export had around 61 billion US dollars in the year 2023. One will ask, why are you discussing 2023 when we are actually in somewhere 2025? Well, that was the recent data before the newest one we have right now. So I'll actually dive inside the new one, but I just want you guys to know the growth and how things are actually being done in the African continent. Well, now let's see the recent data of Africa's top exporter. Alright, so here is the recent data by worldstopexports.com. They say that ranked exporter and exports and then YOY, that is year on year. Okay, so let's see. So number one top export in Africa is South Africa. South Africa is believed to sell or export around $110 billion, and then the year of year is said to have negative 10.5%. That is, South Africa is a little bit reducing or decreasing due to or India exporting. Okay, well, number two on the list is Nigeria. Nigeria is said to have exported around 60 billion US dollars as was shared, and that was minus 4.2% in the year on year. Annually. Okay, number three is Algeria. Algeria is known to have exported around $56 billion. That is minus 14.2%. Number four is Morocco, said to export around $42 billion. That is plus 0.3%. So actually, Morocco is doing great here and they are increasing. All right. And number five, we have Egypt, said to export around $42 billion too, and they have a negative 19.3%. That is huge. Okay, again at number six we have Angola, said to export around $37 billion, and that is minus 26.9% in the YOA, that is year on year. Okay, at number seven we have Libya. Libya is said to export around $33 billion, and that is minus 16.3%. And at number eight we have Democratic Republic of the Congo, said to export around $28 billion, that is negative 2.9%. And lastly at number nine we have Tunisia, said to export around $20 billion US dollars, that is a plus 8.1. So actually for the recent data we can actually say Tunisia is the one doing great here, and also we have a country like Morocco also doing great. Apart from that, the rest seven of the countries are all retrogressing. That is having South Africa having as huge as minus 10.5%, Algeria having as huge as minus 4.2%, and then Angola having as more as 26.9%. That is a negative percent though, so negative 26.9%. That is how the African top exporting is actually looking out in the year 2024. Coming, that was the recent data here. So that is what's up. All right, so now let's make this actually interesting. Well, in the beginning of the video, I shared a post about Nigeria being the 52nd country top export in 2023. And I know some of you asked, we are going recently, why are you still going backwards? Well, and I've actually now showed you guys the recent data concerning the African exports. And then South Africa was said to have a negative 10.5%, right? Yeah, you guys remember that, right? Yeah, you just saw it right now. Well, now, let's actually see the total list of the recent data. That was the 2023 top exports in Africa, and let's compare how, or then you guys to understand why some countries are having the negative sign there and some are having the positive sign in their exports in the year 2024. Shall we? Let's go. All right, so it says Africa's largest exports by countries. So number one, in that year 2023, South Africa was said to export around 135.7 billion US dollars, but now they are actually only exporting $110 billion. That is a total of about $25 billion decrease. So now you guys know why South Africa have the negative 10% there. Good. At number two, we have Egypt. Egypt is said to had export around $71.9 billion, and now they are actually exporting only $60 billion. So that should actually tell you something, okay? Or below, it's about $52 billion now. So that should tell you why the Egyptians were also having a negative sign there. Now, at number three, we have Algeria exporting around $60.7 billion. At number four, we have Morocco exporting $58.4 billion. At number five, we have Nigeria exporting $46.93 billion. Okay, so Nigeria have actually increased themselves. Okay, they have improved, but still, it still needs to do better than that. Okay, Nigeria still needs to do better than that. Well, at number six is Angola, said to export around $29.84 billion. At number seven is DR Congo, set to export around $27.8 billion. At number 8 is Tunisia, exporting $22.48 billion. And at number 9, we have Ghana exporting $20.0 billion. And at number 10, we had Cote d'Ivoire exporting $17.39 billion. And the source to this information is World Bank Statista. Okay, so finally, you guys have actually understand what is happening here, right? I've shown you what was recently shared, or in 2023, how Nigeria was actually doing. Then I've shown you the recent data concerning the African top exports, and I've also shared to you the data that was actually before this recent one, and that is how come the changes have been made and how some countries have been dropping their exports and others are also increasing. South Africa dropped from $135 billion to $110 billion now. So that should tell you why they were having a negative sign on the YOA, that is year on year, concerning exports. Okay, so that is something fascinating for you guys to also learn and notice about African countries and how we are actually doing concerning our trades with other countries and our exports, and most importantly, our economy. The name is Vidawashi. This is African Time. Hopefully you enjoyed this section. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, comment, and let us discuss Africa for more interesting facts and news about the continent. The name is Vidawashi. As I said, thank you for your time. See you guys around.